Have you ever heard of the F.I.S.H philosophy? Well, the F.I.S.H philosophy has been a brand of culture that I've used for years. And it all began probably about 17 years ago when, get this, I was living in Los Angeles for a company that was based out of Pennsylvania. They flew me to a sales training course in Tennessee that was actually highlighting a company from Seattle, Washington. Yeah, I know it seems like I went a long way just to end up coming home. I now live in Seattle, and this F.I.S.H philosophy took on an entirely new meaning when I was able to go and see this market in person. Now, you may be familiar with the world famous flying fish at Pike Place Market, but not everybody is. And so let me explain. The fish philosophy came out of a culture from fishmongers. These are guys who sell fish. Now, when you go there, you'll immediately see this big giant crowd. You're going to hear a lot of shouting and hoopla and yelling from the workers, and you're going to see video cameras and photography and people taking pictures and lots of smiles and laughs. Well, what's going on? Well, what's going on is there's a business and they're selling fish. But see, they have a fish philosophy, and that philosophy is in four ways. It's an acronym, and it's they come to F, have fun, I, be into it, S, have a sunshine day, and 3, have an amazing experience. And so those are the four key elements that they're striving to do within their quote unquote fish selling business. And so when you go there, they're going to have, guys that repeat the order, and they're kind of, fun, easygoing voices. They're going to literally throw fish around, big, giant king salmon. They're going to chuck them in the air. People are catching them. They're videoing the whole experience, and it's really a spectacular experience. But here's the deal. And this is something that didn't come across until I was there in person. And this is it. First of all, these guys are getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's Seattle, Washington. It's cold. It's probably raining. They're getting up and they're getting fish. Okay, they're going down to the local market. They're getting fish and they're bringing them back to their shop. Then they're packing this fish in ice so they can't even feel their fingers, right? Because it's so cold, the conditions are miserable. And guess what? They get this extra added benefit of smelling like stinking fish. So not only are they freezing cold, they're on their feet all day, they have long hours, but it's not that glamorous if you ask me. So then here's the question. Why are they having such a good time? Well, it's because they have a philosophy. You know what? They're not going to just go to work. They're going to go to work and they're going to have a great time. They're going to put on a show. They're going to provide an experience. And so I've implemented this philosophy in a couple different organizations, but honestly, it's a culture of one. Do you personally have a fish philosophy? And it doesn't mean that you're a goof off. It doesn't mean that you have to have, some zany little thing, like throwing fish or dressing weird. What it means, though, is when you break it down, it means that you need to have fun, you need to be into what you're doing, provide a sunshine day, and give people a great experience. And so let me break it down for you. How do you have fun at work, right? We want to, maybe goof around, but we don't want to be goof offs. And there's a big difference. So you can play, you can have contests, competitions, give out prizes and rewards, and have a good time at work. There's no reason for that. Organization I used to work for, we had our Monday call day, and we made, our 150 to 200 calls, and there were about 8 of us in a room, and we had headsets, and one guy started by bringing, a tennis ball and a glove, and you throw it up against the wall and kind of, play catch to himself. And then before you knew it, multiple guys were bringing their gloves in. And then after a while, it was footballs, it was gloves, and we were playing catch. We were playing catch while we were making our calls, especially when somebody was on a call that, they were close, and it really loosened everybody up and, kind of built a camaraderie. But you can have fun. You can have fun doing what you do. You can have a great time. You know what? Go enjoy what you do. Enjoy what you do. I promise you that projects to people when they see you walk in on a drop. That projects when you're giving a presentation. Do you look bored? If you look bored, you feel bored, then guess what? You are bored. You are boring. And they're not going to want to buy from you. Over the phone, believe it or not, over the phone, people can feel your vibe. And so there's studies have shown that if people are, standing up, walking around, and smiling, that projects better for phone calls. So have fun. How do you have fun? Well, be into it. Be there. Be into what you're doing. You may not think dropping is the most fun thing, or making phone calls, but you know what? That's how you eat. That's how you get business. And so change your mindset. Be enthusiastic. Be excited about what you're gonna do. Smile about it. Be into it. Love your job. Love your career. Love what it is that you do. If maybe you don't necessarily love the process, love what you're providing. Love the product and the service that you're providing. But be into it. If you're into it, they'll be into it. The fishmongers are into fish. So guess what? Their customers are into fish. It's a bizarre concept. The other thing is sunshine day. Give them a sunshine day. Look, people, want to have a great day, right? Well, be a part of spreading joy. Be a part of, when you come into contact with me, you're going to have a better day. You're going to leave in a better mood. So you know what? Be funny, be lighthearted. Maybe you have some little gifts. I mean, it could be a pen or a little thing of chocolate. Be an encouraging person. That'll really, make people feel as though, this was a pretty good day. They may not even know it, but it's like, because I came in contact to this new person, and this new person just had this special energy about them. And then finally, have or provide a great experience. So many people just get up and go to work and do their thing. So many people just get up and consume products. But you know what? The services and the organizations that are providing experience behind those products, well, those are the ones that are doing better. One of the favorite aspects of the fish philosophy and the flying fish guys at Pike Place Market was this. When I first went there, you're in what's called an arcade, right? And there's like 3 or 4 levels, and so there's a lot of different entry points to the shop. It's an open air market. There's flowers, there's fruits and vegetables, there's fish. So when you walk there and you see this big crowd, you immediately kind of get sucked into the vortex, and you're watching the show. And as I'm watching this show, and I'm watching fish flying in the air and people smiling and videoing, I couldn't help but just take in the whole scope of things. And so as I was looking around, and I kind of did a full circle, I'm looking, literally, this is the truth, I'm literally looking 20 feet in front of me, and I'm looking at guys that have a multi-million-dollar business selling fish. Right behind me, 30 feet behind me, is another outfit selling the same fish. And I mean the same fish, literally. These guys are going down to the same docks, to the same pier, to the same supplier, getting the same salmon out of the same ocean, right? I mean, let's think about this. It's not special salmon, okay? They have the same fish. There's no lines. They even sell their product for less. And you know what? They just have a job. They're just getting by. You know why? Because they're not providing that experience. They don't have a fish philosophy. And so people are actually lining up, paying extra, taking longer, bringing people from out of state to see the flying fish. And you know it's true if you've ever been there. Everybody goes to Pike Place Market. Everybody's got to show their family and friends from out of town the flying fish. And everybody's going to take videos and pictures. It's an incredible thing when you think about it that way. Let me say it this way. When your family and friends come in from out of town, you don't drive them over to your auto mechanic, right? And there's not a big crowd of people watching your auto mechanic. You don't take them over to your local grocery store and, watch the clerk, You don't go over there and watch the meat guy, right? Why is that? Well, because they don't practice a fish philosophy. They're not having fun. They're not into their job. They're not, creating a sunshine day, and they're not giving this amazing, great experience. And so what are you going to do? What are you going to do to have your own personal culture of one brand of a fish philosophy so that people actually want to work with you because of the way you are? And that comes from your own personal fish philosophy.